Hello, Mid-Michigan, and welcome to high school volleyball on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. After a bit of a couple-week hiatus, I will say, not bringing you high school volleyball, but we're excited to be back, and it's a big one. The Ramblers, the Aggies, but we got the national anthem coming right up as we're coming on right on before game time. We'll be right back. First serve.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And we are just about ready for high school volleyball. Rivalry action with the Beal City Aggies and the McBain Ramblers. Beal City coming into this game at 23-5 on the year. McBain coming into this game at 14-9 on the year, but playing a very, very tough schedule. And you know, it's always a little bit different when it's the Ramblers and the Aggies. You can hear introductions being made right now. Say Kayla Frieden, Jane Cucci, got to be the younger sister of Mr. Cucci on the basketball court. Just unbelievable for the McBain Ramblers, but I think Coach Gatrill and the crew will have some answers this year. So yeah, getting out a little bit late here with this one. They had the freshman volleyball and the JV volleyball going on at the same time, and so you had the two courts happening, and now we are down to the one center court here for the varsity action between these two rivals. Say earlier this year, did the game Beal City McBain football. It was Beal City absolutely blasting McBain. They were up 28-0 before McBain got on the board. Final score in that game was 42-7. And a very, very busy night here at McBain High School, as you've also got the JV football going on as they take on Everett. I believe when I was walking out, saw on the Rambler Review score of that game was 8-0 at McBain on top. And so tomorrow, it'll be our first look at the Mount Pleasant Oiler varsity football team as they take on Midland. Excited for that one, but here we go. McBain is in the pink. Beal City is in the black. Obviously on the scoreboard, McBain is home. Beal City is guest. And your starters right now for Beal City, serving things up, is going to be Miss Jocelyn Cook. Also out there is Beth Block, Paisley Shoemaker, Ella Pastotnik, along with Elaney Longton. And also out there is Lily Gross, or pardon me, not Lily Gross, Tessa Weber as the libero. First big spike at the net is going to be from Pastotnik, and she's going to get the point there. Again, you're going to hear your boy say a few times tonight, not exactly sure what happened there, but the point is going this way or the other way. I'm just being honest. I'm still learning a whole lot about the high school volleyball. Beal City up 1-0 after the point on the serve from Jocelyn Cook. She's back at the serve with the big right hand. McBain with a chance to set something up here. It's going to go long on the hit. Be another point for Beal City. I believe that was Frieden on the smash there. Ayla Frieden. Back on the service, Cook. The Aggies up 2-0. McBain trying to set something up. Play at the net. It's going to be a tip over. Nice dig from the Aggies. Pastotnik with another big play at the net. She'll smash it off the hands of a Rambler trying to block things. It goes out of bounds, but point to the Aggies. They're up 3-0 here in the early going. Remaining on the serve is Jocelyn Cook. And right now she's just out of your view. Say, I have learned my lesson trying to follow high school volleyball all over. It's a little tough. If I got to, I'll try and do it. But when you got the whole view of the court, I think that's best for everybody. A little tip over from Longton. They're going to say somebody was in the net for Beal City, or they're going to say they were underneath it there a little too much. So point will go to the Ramblers, 3-1. Beal City with the lead. On the serve for McBain is going to be Ivy Mills. Staying just in the view of your screen. Serves it over. Trying to set up Longton at the net. It's a big block at the net from McBain. Nice dig from Beal City. Now a little play at the net with Pastotnik and the Ramblers. It's going to be a block. Little setter dump there. It's going to be McBain keeps it alive. They try and get over, but they won't be able to. Beautiful play out there. I believe that was Schumacher with the little dump there. Longton coming in. She's on the service, going to go right into the net, 4-2. Serve over, nice dig. It's a great serve. Beal City able to dig it out. Pastotnik able to make a play on it without a set, kind of. Play at the net. It's going to be missed time for McBain. Point will go to the Aggies. They're up 5-2. Willie Gross checking in for the Aggies. Shoemaker on the serve. Sends it over with the right hand. And it's a great serve. It's going to be an ace. Diving to make attempt on it was Camphouse, but couldn't handle it. Great serve out there from Shoemaker. She's back at it. Serving from her right side, it would be. It's another great serve. McBain just going to have to send it over. Actually, they do make a play on it. Nice play from Van Polen. Set up at the net now. Big smash out there from Lily Gross for the point. Shoemaker back on the serve, and that's one of those Shoemaker. I goofed that up from time to time. Big shout to Diane Fussman for helping me out there. 7-2. Shoemaker back on the serve. Play at the net here for McBain. Not a big smash, but it's tipped over. Nice play to keep it alive out there from Weber. Now McBain sends it over the back row attack. Schumacher looks to set up. Pastotnik on the far side of the net. It will go into the net, though, 7-3. Substitution coming in for the Ramblers. See if we can reset things out there for Beal City right now. It's going to be a perfect serve there. And again, out there for the Aggies now, we've got Lily Gross along with Pastotnik, Weber, Schumacher. Also out there in the middle, I see Jocelyn Cook. And on the front, it's 15. We don't got the 15 on the roster. We'll check on that for everybody as soon as we can. Pastotnik on the serve now for Beal City. It's going to hit the net, but doesn't matter. Back in the day, that would be a point for McBain, but it's going to be a point for the Aggies. Pastotnik remains on the serve for Beal City. They're up 9-4 here in set number one of possibly 5 here tonight. That one's going to go right into the net. Another point there for Beal City, and I believe I've got it. Ashlyn Canowin is number 15 out there for Beal City. Want to make sure we got that right. Big shout out to the crowd here next to me. That's why I didn't hear anything there for a moment. She's checking out. Tessa Weber now on the serve for the Lady Aggies. They're up 10-5 here in set number 1. Mid-Michigan Sports Network, our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. A very, very brief Woods Household pregame show. Again, they put the bleachers out. Took us a minute to get set up. That point will be going to Beal City. Weber back on the serve. Also out there is Aubrey Thielen, Schumacher, Longton, Maya Scully, and as they call a timeout, I didn't see the last girl heading to the huddle, to be honest with everybody. It's 11-5, Beal City up. Timeout coming from the Ramblers, and it's a good timeout coming from Coach Murphy, trying to settle things down. As Beal City is up to a 6-point lead here, and the further things go on, the less and less you want to be down. Obviously, as you're playing to that 25-point marker, you get down 15-5. It really seems like dire straits at that point. All right, so we'll reset it as the Aggies come back out on the timeout. It's Maya Scully, Lily Gross, Lainey Longton, Aubrey Thielen, Paisley Shoemaker, and Tessa Weber will be back on the serve for the Aggie girls. See if we can reset things for the Ramblers here for the first time as they come back out. And I'm still learning some of these names. Pardon me if I butcher them. It's Addison Scott, Ivy Mills out there in the front row. Also on the back row, I see Shea Boland. On the serve is Tessa Weber. It's a really good one. It's going to go into the into the ceiling on the dig, and that will be an ace for Tessa Weber. Also out there is Frieden, Roosevelt for McBain as well, as I try and learn some of those names, get things down, but you know I'm here for the Lady Aggies tonight. Lily Gross, the dig on her side. Shoemaker looking to set up. Maya Scully on the far side. She hammers that one right down the middle in the back row. Nothing McBain could do with it. 13-5. Beal City goes up on the absolute smash from Maya Scully, and a great setup out there from Paisley Shoemaker. Think about that Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game. Also much loved, Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefridge Financial, Woods Household Appliance at Clare, Brad Melly Well Drilling, and Malley Construction. Play at the net for McBain. Nice dig from Tessa Weber, but it's just going to go too close to the net for Beal City to handle it. But what a play from Weber on the back row. Those are the ones where I just think those girls are a lot tougher. They got a lot more guts than I do, because I would want to be jumping out of the way of some of those cannons coming off the right and left arm as these girls go up and make plays at the net. Chance for Shoemaker to set up her teammates. Going for Scully on the far side. It's blocked at the net. Still has to be dug out a bit by McBain. Big play by McBain now at the net. Dug out by Beal City. Scully from the far side. Chance for McBain to make a play. They just tip it over. Weber looking to set up. Scully on the far side with the pass. Set to the near side here for McBain. Dug out by Shoemaker. Now to Weber. Lily Gross tips it over to the back row. Nice dig for McBain. Weber dives to get that one, but she can't handle it. Excellent play out there. That was Frieden with the hit kill there for McBain. Much love also going out to J&J Auto, Blockco Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, E&S Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, along with Bryce Updegraff and Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. And right now the server out of your screen here, as I want to make sure I cover all of the inbounds play, I will say, from front to back on each side of the court. Scully with play at the net. It's blocked, but it doesn't matter because it falls on the side of McBain. Lily Gross checking out. Beth Block checking back in with her, and Beth Block will be on the serve for Beal City. Beth Block, the sophomore, wearing number 3. And again, Lady Aggies out there in the black and white. McBain out there in the pink and white. Got the Dig Pink game going on here tonight, trying to raise some money for some great causes. Longton doesn't like it. They're going to say she was underneath it a little too much there. She went to tip it over. Shoemaker now going over there, making sure she's got the explanation. And you know, what you see from the official out there, you can't really see it. He's kind of showing that the ball was cupped a little bit out there. And again, your boy's not 100% on the term, so he's not going to make a fool of himself. But those officials out there always talk about best seat in the house brought to you by Woods Household. They're standing. They've got the best view in the house right on that net. Great play from Beal City just to get it over, but a free ball opportunity here from McBain. A little tip over. Somehow Beal keeps it alive, sent back over by Weber. Great play from the Aggie girls. Block at the net now from Longton. Chance for Scully on the far side. She tips it over. Dug out by McBain. Play here on the near side. Great dig from Weber. Shoemaker now setting up Scully. She hammers it home. Right into the donut hole. Nobody home in the middle for McBain. It's now 15-8 Aggies with the lead. Scully's checking out of the game. Checking in for her is Jocelyn Cook. Aubrey Thielen also checking out of the game. Pastotnik coming back in for her. A little bit of excitement, a little bit more momentum now with Beal City as they're up 15-8. It was, 11-6 when McBain called that timeout. Kind of back row attack or middle attack there, you can say, from McBain. Play here on the far side for Longton. She's got to lean way back to get a hand on it, but she still sends it over. Play on the far side. It's going to be in for McBain right on the line on the far side of the court. 15-9 the score. Big time smash there from McBain. On the serve for the Lady Ramblers is Ivy Mills. Mills sets it up with the right hand. Now that knuckleball serve. Shoemaker looking to set up Longton in the middle. It's mistimed out there for the Aggies. 15-10 now the score. It's Shoemaker, Longton, Pastotnik, Emma Block, Tessa Weber, and Beth Block out there for the Lady Aggies. Or pardon me, Jocelyn Cook, not Emma Block, confusing 10 and 11. They're going to give the point to McBain there. 15-11 now the score. It was just 15-8 moments ago. A little 3-0 run here from the Ramblers to try and get back into set number one of possibly 5 here. Great serve that time. That knuckleball just kind of crooked there on Jocelyn Cook. There was not a lot she could do with it. Excellent serve. Coming from Mills in the back row. 15-12 the score. Shoemaker sets up Pastotnik, a beautiful tip over. It's going to be good for the point. The official doing a good job, kind of looking down the sideline to make sure call was correct. I'll call it the line judge out there. An ace is going to be served this time from Longton. I think I remember talking with Coach Jablonski squared before the season. They said Longton is a high-risk, high-reward server. And when she gets it good, it's going to be tough to handle. Then there's other times where it's that high risk. 17-12 the score. Play on the near side for McBain. Nothing Beal City could do with it down the near side line here. Excellent play from the Ramblers. 17-13 our score here in set number one. I believe it was a 14-9 record for McBain. 25-7 record for Beal City coming into this one. Again, you throw out the records with the old rivals, and that's definitely the case here tonight. Sent over by Canowin. Little tip over now from McBain. They're able to set things up for Pastotnik. She hammers it right into the hands of McBain. It's got so much force on it, it doesn't get sent back to the Aggie side of the net. 18-13 the score. Lily Gross checking back into the game for the Aggies. We're going to have another timeout coming from McBain. Give me a moment to thank some more of our great sponsors here. And again, coming out a little bit late tonight. Their Woods Household pregame show very, very brief as they had to put out the bleachers for varsity volleyball action here. And I will say this, I think it's really cool that schools this small, they've still got the JV. They have still got the freshman volleyball teams. A lot of times you're just going to have the JV team when you get to schools, under 300 kids these days. So really cool to see that. Shout out to Mount Pleasant Public Schools. They're hiring bus drivers. They also need subs and parapros as well. Go to Will Sub to get started being a substitute teacher. If I can do it, I am sure you can do it out there as well, as long as you've got the qualifications. Also shout out Tom Crazier and the crew, the high and tight turnover battle. Excited to see Xavier Crazier tomorrow. for the first time, but thanks to Tom for supporting me with high and tight footballs this football season. Also much love to Martinez Lawn Care, Bogwai Bang & Bradley, Powell Fram and Collision, Dick Silva Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunkner Insurance Group, Block Electric, The Diner, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pure Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, and G&S Mechanical. Paisley Shoemaker on the serve for the Lady Aggies. They're up 18-13. Little tip over. It's going to go long. Nice read there on the back row from Jocelyn Cook to let that one go. So it's Shoemaker, Cook, Tessa Weber, Lily Gross, Ella Pastotnik, and also Ashlyn Canowin out there for the Lady Aggies. 19-13 the score here in set number 1 of possibly 5. But the Aggies would love to take it in 3. That one's going to go into the net there for Shoemaker. It'll go back to McBain. 19-14 the score. More love going out. Dance again. Dresco, Simon, Shop, and Wademan. All those girls got the snowball and all that stuff coming up. They can hook you up out there. Nice diving attempt from Jocelyn Cook, but it is a perfect serve on the ace from Brooklyn Hall. Beautiful serve there from Hall. Pastotnik smashes that one, but it's going to go out of bounds just long. McBain creeping back into things. It's now 19-16. Beal City in front. Here comes the serve. Shoemaker setting up past Otnick on the far side. It's blocked, but great job by Shoemaker to keep it alive. What an athletic play, and then Gross goes cross court on the smash. What a play from Lily Gross and Pastotnik there, just to really keep that one alive. Substitution coming in. Beal, Pastotnik's now on the serve, 20-16. Beal has a tough time handling the serve, but it's smashed over. What a play for Roosevelt. She hammers that one over. Or pardon me, it's 23-5 Beal City, not 25-7 and 14-9. McBain is actually pull up, the screen for my live video here. Probably be a good idea for me to write that one down. Great job by the Aggies and Scully to just send that one over. It's going to be a free ball, though, for McBain. Lily Gross diving towards the stands to save it, and the Aggies keep it alive again. Little tip over is going to go into the net. Canowin keeps alive. Scully tips it back to Weber. What a rally here between these two teams. Lily Gross now goes for the back row tip. Play at the net here for McBain. It's blocked, but still going to be a point for the Ramblers. Big time smash there from Adria Roosevelt. On the serve is now Van Polen. It's a great serve. Trying to dive to get that one was Thielen, but it was right on the line. We're now going to have a timeout coming from Beal City as McBain gets back into it. McBain was down 11-6, 15-9, maybe even 16-9. It's now 20-19 as they battle back. And Ivy Mills, Frieden, who I've been really impressed with, also Roosevelt out there for this Rambler team. Thanks to more of our great sponsors, the Isabella Community Sportsplex, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Smith & Sons Meat Processing, the Beal City Village Store, Sydney's Judge's Bench, Dog Central, Barry Funeral Home, a Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Almost Up North, and Stitches for Britches, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, you're only as good as your bait, as my brother says, Gross Farms and Brad Gross Electric, the Fisher Companies, Central Concrete, Central Asphalt, and Fisher Transportation, along with Kenneth Egger at DDS. You think about the Bills custom fabrication of the game. Sometimes I just love those long rallies out there. An example, Lily Gross kind of diving towards the stands to keep that alive. Beal City did not end up with the point on that rally, but oh man, that's just a lot of fun to watch. Michaela Van Polen remains on the serve for McBain. Getting down to the nitty-gritty here in set number 1. 20-19 is the count. Comes the left-hand serve from Van Polen. It's a really good one. Shoemaker with the pass to try and set up Scully. She goes up, sends it over. Now trying to set up her teammate is Mills. It's blocked at the net. Big time play from Canowin. Now it's tipped over. Weber's going to send it up for Scully on the far side. She goes for the hammer, but it's going to be long. We are tied at 20 apiece. Give McBain a lot of credit for battling back in this one. And when it comes to the conference, Roscommon is the top-ranked team in D3. They kind of have things locked up, but both of these teams, as I said, rivalry action here. Doesn't matter if one team's in first place, one team's in last place. They are going to be battling it out here. Tessa Weber is now on the serve for Beal City. They're up 21-20 after getting that last point. Weber over with the right hand. Barely keeping it alive is Mills. Chance for Shoemaker to set up. Longton in the middle. It's blocked, but Longton keeps it alive. Play just going to go right into the net. I do not mind the attempt there, though, from Frieden. She was right in the middle. The ball wasn't coming at her well. They were just trying to keep it alive, but she decided to kind of go for an attack play. It goes into the net. Weber back on the serve, 22-20. Beal City in front. Trying to close out set number one, and McBain just will not go away. Shoemaker setting up Longton in the middle. She smashes it right towards the back row, down the middle. Looking at the basketball court, that one hit the three-point line, 23-20. Beal City is up. Weber would love to get a couple more points here, not even give McBain a chance to go back on the attack. Sent over with the right hand. Mills looking to set up her teammates. Blocked at the net. Big time block. It was Scully and Longton blocking that one at the net to get the point for the Aggies. 24-20 now the score. Set point here for Tessa Weber and the Lady Aggies. Gross. Shoemaker trying to set up Scully on that far side. She tips it over, goes into the net on the dig. The Aggies take set number one, 25-20. Give McBain credit. They were down the whole time but would not go away. They eventually tied things at 20, but Tessa Weber closes things out for the Aggies. We're going to take a break to hear from some of our great sponsors. When we come back, we'll have set number two with the Aggies and the Ramblers on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Imagine a home that reflects your style. With WW Construction, that dream will become a reality. As a trusted Mid-Michigan builder, WW Construction specializes in builds and remodels that turn ordinary spaces into extraordinary ones. Join the growing family of homeowners who trust WW Construction for quality and craftsmanship. Call WW Construction today at 989-621-2722 to make your dreams a reality.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to set number two here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Lady Aggies taking set number one over the Ramblers. The Aggies 23-5 on the year. McBain coming in at 14-9, but throw those records out with two rivals. Beal City was pretty much up that whole set. McBain was able to tie it at 20 apiece. What a play down the line. That was Lainey Longton with a little tip down the line. It's Longton. Tessa Weber now checking out. Canowin coming in for her, so it's Ashlyn Canowin, Lainey Longton. Also out there is Jocelyn Cook, Beth Block, Paisley Shoemaker, and Ella Pastotnik to start off set number 2 for the Aggies. That one's going to go into the net for Longton. Weber's going to check back in for her. On the serve for the Lady Ramblers is going to be Ayla Frieden. Also remaining out there, setter Ivy Mills, along with Aubrey Camphouse. That one's going to go long. Point will go to Beal City. 2-1 they're ahead. It'll be Shoemaker, the setter, on the serve. So you got Shoemaker wearing number 9. You got Mills wearing number 6, 2 setters. That's kind of the point guard when it comes to high school volleyball. And again, things move so fast. It's hard to keep track of how many times they touch the volleyball, but just about every single possession or every 3 touches, they're getting their hands on it, try and set up one of their teammates. Nice play from Pastotnik on the far side of the court. She didn't really have much of a pass set to her. She was just able to time it right and smash it over for the point. 3-1, Beal City is in front. As I mentioned, you throw the records out, and this is rivalry volleyball, but get a feeling if you're Beal City, you take set number 1. McBain knows you're a really good team. You have a chance maybe to really get that momentum going, take a big lead here in set number 2. Big smash from Gross. It's blocked, or dug out, pardon me. Dug so well it kind of comes back over the net. Tip, back at the net, back and forth. McBain will eventually end up with the point. But what's interesting about the matchup between these two here tonight, why this night is going to be intense, feel very, very important. These girls are going to meet again later this year at the Rambler Invite. They're going to meet later this year at the Aggie Invite. And, oh, yeah, they're in districts together as well, I believe. And so these two teams are going to be very, very familiar with each other over the next month. This could be one of 4 matches between these two rivals. Pastotnik's now on the serve. It's 4-2, Beal City in front. Pastotnik stepping up to the line with the right hand. Mills looking to set up her teammate. It's going to be smashed down the line, blocked, but it's going to be out of bounds, so the point will go to McBain. That's one of those plays. I get better at describing that. When the girl goes up for the big hit and it gets blocked at the net, but it still falls on the side of the blocking team. Just a big-time impact play out there. Sometimes it gets smashed so hard, though, or it's perfect angle that it doesn't come back over the net. I think there's some type of miscommunication out there. That one went into the net, but they're going to give the point to McBain. Jay Jablonski getting the explanation from the official. She's not harping on anything, so your boy won't hear either. On the serve is Van Polen. Again, your boy's still learning a lot about volleyball. Say I've been watching intently for about 2 years now. You think about how much I've watched baseball, softball, basketball, and football, but a much, much longer time. But keep sticking with your boy. We'll continue to get it down. Big-time smash from Gross. McBain's able to keep it alive. So Tanga and Roosevelt trying to make a play on it there at the net, but they were not able to. Jane Cucci checking back into the game for McBain. Lainey Longton checking back into the game for Beal City. On the service, Tessa Weber. Also out there is Mazzy McDonald. Go right over the net. It's going to allow Scully to make the play. Big time awareness there from Maya Scully. Actually, no, they're going to say she went over the net there. And so that point will go to McBain. Roosevelt on the serve. We're tied at 5 here in set number 2. Again, these two teams are going to play each other a lot over the next few weeks. They'll both be at each other's invites. Big time smash there. Nice dig from McBain. Little tip over at the net from Mills. Now a big play from Gross. She hammers that one home. Cross court for the point. What a big time smash out there from the junior Lily Gross on that one. On the serve now is Beth Block. Set up in the middle. Nice dig from Block. Another play at the net. Another dig from Block. Shoemaker looking to set up Longton. Blocked at the net. Kind of into the donut hole area out there. Nothing Beal City could do with it. 6-6 is the score. Beal City is up 1-0 over McBain here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Coming to you live from our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also love to Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Weefrich Financial, Woods Household Appliance, and Malley Construction. Set up by Mills. It's going to go long on the smash, though, from Frieden, pardon me. 7-6 the score. Cook checking into the game. She'll be on the serve for the Lady Aggies. Cook going for the baseline, the basketball court to the baseline of volleyball. Somehow tipped over. Great play from Mills. Pastotnik's now set up for the smash. Attempting the dig was Camphouse, but there was not much she could or was going to be able to do with that. And as I pull up the district, it is going to be a loaded district. Beal City, Everett, Farwell, Harrison, Lake City, and McBain. So as I said, this could be one of 4 matches between these two teams over the next month. That one's right back into the corner. What a play from Frieden to go down the line into the back corner for McBain for the point. 8-7, Beal City still with the lead. Thinking back to set number 1, I don't know if McBain's had a lead at all here tonight. Momentum carries such a big weight in volleyball. They're able to get the lead. Maybe they can kind of help them take set number 2, but I hope that doesn't happen. Big time smash out there in the middle from Hall. Trying to dig it out were the Aggies, but it was not going to happen on that one. Beautiful play from Hall and another nice setup from Ivy Mills. Ivy Mills, Paisley Shoemaker, both doing great jobs setting up their teammate on each side of the net. Here comes Shoemaker again, looking to set up her teammate Longton here on the near side. Now Mills looking to set up her teammate on the far side. It's going to be blocked at the net, but still good for a point for Michaela Van Polen. And here is that lead from McBain. They're up 9-8. Coach Jay Jablonski up off the bench. He's not going to call a timeout here or anything, though. We're going to keep rolling. 9-8 to score. McBain back on the serve. Shoemaker looking to set up. Pastotnik on the far side. She'll get the big hit, the big kill. We're now tied at 9 apiece. On the serve for the Lady Aggies is going to be Lady Longton. Checking out is Tessa Weber. Checking in for her is Ashlyn Canowin. Longton steps up. Big right hand. It's a great serve. It's going to go into the McBain bench for an ace. Big time play there from Longton. 10-9, Beal City back in front. It's Longton, Cook, Beth Block on that back row. On the front row, it's Pastotnik, Canowin, and Shoemaker. Shoemaker looking to set up. Pastotnik on the far side. It's blocked at the net. Big time block from McBain. Pastotnik will set it up into the middle, into the donut hole. It's good for a point. I think that is my favorite play right there, is that setter dump or that little tip over, and the defense is just not ready for it. Obviously, the big-time smash is fun, but I like the sneaky little tip when everybody's expecting the smash. 11-9, Aggies in front. Play at the net. It's mistimed. Point's going to go to Beal City. Remaining on the serve will be Longton. It's 12-9 Beal City. Remember, McBain was up 8-9. Nice little run here from Longton and the Lady Aggies. Serve's going to be dug out, but into the scorer's table. Longton with another ace. We have got a timeout coming from McBain. They need it. Little 5-0 run here, taking it from 9-8 to 13-9. Beal City in front. And much love going out to the whole Beal City community. I know a lot of these girls playing with heavy hearts, and much love to Kelly Schaefer and the family, the longtime athletic director, secretary for Beal City. I just say, if you were able to meet Kelly, I'm sure she impacted you in a very, very positive way. And starting a fundraiser to help out Beal City kids who are in need. Kelly's Kids through the Mount Pleasant Area Community Foundation. I highly recommend you go check that out if you are able to do so. 13-9 count here. Set number 2, Beal City took set number 1, 25-20. Much love going out. Blacko Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, J&J Auto, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, and Bryce Updegraff along with Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Longton on the serve. It's in the back corner for another ace for Longton. That is now 6 consecutive points for Laney Longton in a row here on the serve. And when you think about Longton, we talked about that high-risk, high-reward serve the coaches mentioned, but you don't think about the serve with her. That's not her quote-unquote expertise, or maybe she would tell me different, because what a run she's having right now and at a crucial moment here in this game. Play for Pastotnik on the far side. What a dig from Camphouse to keep it alive. Now back row attack is going to go into the net, just missed time by Roosevelt. It's now 15-9. That is 7 straight here for Longton as you start to think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Longton making a strong case. Again, always big time at the net. But what she's doing here on the serve, it's now going to be 8 straight points for Laney Longton. When she went to the back row for her first serve on this series of serves, it was 9-8 McBain. It's now 16-9 Beal City. Longton going cross court with the right hand. Little setter dump. It's Longton. Not really a dig with the pass there to try and keep it alive, or the set you could call it. McBain sends it over the left hand. What a dig from Beal City, but it's going to go out of bounds as Pastotnik didn't really have a play, but to just kind of tip it over. But what a run from Laney Longton. 16-10. Beal City has all the momentum once again after the Longton run on the serve here in set number 2. Pastotnik tips it over into the net. The ball goes twice and 3 times. McBain trying to keep it alive. Great effort out there on the far side from Mills, Hall, and Van Polen. But every time they hit it, it just went into the net, and they didn't have a choice but to just kind of reach out and just try and thump it the best they could. It's now 17-10. Aggies with the lead. Ella Pastotnik, or pardon me, it's Paisley Shoemaker on the serve. Tip over. Nice dig. Lily Gross going to pass it over here on the near side. Mills looking to set up her teammate here on the near side. A big-time smash out there from Roosevelt. She went here on the near side, but I don't think it mattered where she went with that big-time hammer. It was going to be a point no matter what for McBain on that one. And another nice setup out there from the setter, Ivy Mills. That one's going to go into the net, 18-11, Beal with the lead. And I mentioned again, Ivy Mills, Paisley Shoemaker, both doing great jobs from their setter positions. We talk about the Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game with football, basketball. There's 1 or 2 you think about. But with these girls, there's 20, 30 nice assists that they have every single night that they're out there. McBain, a great job to send it over, keeping it alive. Shoemaker now looking to set up things in the middle for Canwin, but it'll be mistimed. The point will go to McBain. Substitution coming in for Ella Pastotnik is going to be Mazzy McDonald. 18-12 the count. Pardon me to Miss Mazzy McDonald for calling her Maisie McDonald earlier this year. Make sure I get all those names right. Great job by Beal to keep that one alive. It was a great serve to the back row from McBain. Play at the net's going to be blocked. Point will go to McBain, though, as it out of bounds on the McBain side there. And that was one of those good play at the net on both sides. That bounce going the way of the Ramblers. 18-13, Beal City in front here in set number 2. They lead it 1-0. Scully looking for the smash. Nice dig from McBain and Van Polen. Now it's hit over. It'll be another kill for Roosevelt. 18-14 the score. It's Van Polen on the serve. 25-20. Beal City took set number 1. Shoemaker looking to set up Gross here on the near side. It's blocked at the net. Big time play from Roosevelt. Actually, again, That's where your boy gets a little confused. Roosevelt blocked it, but it went out of bounds on the side of Beal City. So the last one to touch it was McBain. The point goes to the Aggies, 19-14, not 18-15. My bad. Mills looking to set up her teammate. Kind of a quick smash there. I like that play, but Beal City was ready for it. Free ball opportunity here for McBain. Here on the near side, Roosevelt going for the hammer once again. And she makes it happen. 19-15 the score. It'll now be Adria Roosevelt on the serve as well. You think about that Webb Brothers Sawmill timber of the game. It's been Roosevelt for McBain, but for Beal City, it's been Gross, it's been Longton, it's been Scully that have been great in that front row for the Aggies. Play at the net for the aforementioned Lainey Longton. She hammers that one home. No play to be made for McBain. 20-15 is the score. Mazzy McDonald getting a little bit of instruction right now from Coach Jay Jablonski as Beth Block steps back on the serve. 20-15, the Aggies in front. They can really take control going up 2-0. Free ball opportunity for the Aggies. Shoemaker looking to set up Longton on the near side. She hammers that one home, but it's dug out by McBain. Nice dig here from McBain. Shoemaker setting up Longton. Hammered home for the point. Right on the back line. So after the free throw line, you've got maybe 1.5 feet of space there. That was where that one was located. A beautiful hammer home from Longton. Again, remember, she had 8 consecutive points on serve in this set. As we think about that, Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. Longton, the Aggies continue to hang on here, kind of penciling herself in, I will say. Longton, Shoemaker sets it back to Longton. It's mistimed, though. I think Shoemaker, Longton's a little too much there. Maybe just one of them need to send it over, just trying to set up each other perfectly as they've been used to doing here in this one. But the point will go to McBain, 21-16. It's Aubrey Camphouse on the serve for the Ramblers. And the Ramblers out there in the pink, and their Dig Pink night here, raising some money for some great causes. Smash, gonna be dug out on the back row. What a play from McDonald. Scully looks to send it over. It won't go back over the net. But a big-time effort there from Mazzy McDonald just to keep that one alive for the Aggies. It's now 21-17, looking like a football score up there right now. McBain on the serve. The Aggies ready for it. It's going to tip into the net. It'll work out very well. End up being a kill for Mazzy McDonald. And on the ground ball there, 22-17. Checking into the game now is Jocelyn Cook. She'll be on the serve. Also checking back in is Pastotnik. So it's Jocelyn Cook, Beth Block, Tessa Weber, Pastotnik, Lainey Longton, and Paisley Shoemaker out there for the Lady Aggies. Big shout out to GNS Mechanical, being big sponsors of what we do here. That one's going to go long on the serve, 22-18. Again, it's Shoemaker, Longton, Pastotnik, Block, Weber, along with Cook out there for the Lady Aggies. 22-18 is the count right now. Shoemaker send it back for Longton, and she hammers it home. What a play out there from Paisley Shoemaker as she sets that one over the back of her head to set up her teammate here on the near side, and Longton absolutely hammers it home, and now she's back on the serve. She already has 8 points at service here in this set, and that's just at least what I counted. She could have been out there earlier. Big-time play at the net. Coming in, trying to dive for that one was Jocelyn Cook, but there wasn't anything anybody was going to be able to do with that one. Big play at the net from McBain. It's now 23-19. Play at the net, trying to dig it out once again. Diving for it was Cook. But what happened there, it was such a great serve for McBain. When Beal City went to dig it out, it just bounced right back over to the McBain side, and an easy setup right in the middle there. It's now 23-20. Things getting intense here in set number 2 as the Aggies look to go up 2-0. Pastotnik smashes that one home. It's dug out. Great play from Frieden. Roosevelt looking to send this one over. Ready for it, though, is Pastotnik. She's now set up once again. It's going to be tipped at the net, but falls into the donut hole for the point. 24-20, Beal City in front. Lily Gross checking back into the game. She will replace Beth Block. On the serve, the setter, Paisley Shoemaker for the Lady Aggies. Set point here The Aggies look to go up 2-0. Play here on the near side for Roosevelt. What a block from Gross. Play on the far side. Another block. Gross will dig it out. Shoemaker looking to set up past Stopnick on the far side. It's another block. Great job by Weber keeping it alive. Now the play is going to go long for McBain. That'll do it. 25-20 here in set number 2. The Aggies now up 2-0. What a play from Tessa Weber. That's why sometimes you just keep things alive. You send it back over. You think you might be setting them up with a free ball, but then it goes long. We'll be back with set number 3 right after this. The Aggies looking to close it out.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary, he can be yours too.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Bogwai Banga and Bradley on Main Street in Mount Pleasant provides uncompromising integrity when providing tax and accounting services to individuals and small businesses in the Mid-Michigan area. Bogwai Banga and Bradley has an expert CPA ready to help you, whether you're an individual that needs help with taxes or a business that needs help with, well, just about everything. Bogwai Banga and Bradley is a leader in the community and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Visit them online at bwbpc.com or stop into their office on Main Street in downtown Mount Pleasant. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291. Martinez Lawn Care, just like our local football teams, can keep your yard looking good deep into fall, and we all know winter is coming. Call now to get on their snow plowing schedule. Find Martinez Lawn Care on Facebook or call them at 989-317-5536. Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group is Mid-Michigan's #1 team for protecting what matters most to you. Home, auto, life, farm, business. They offer a wide variety of coverage at affordable rates with the customer service of a best friend. Visit Brickner and Buckner Farm Bureau Insurance Group on Pickard Road or visit them online at bricknerbunkerinsurance.com. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The 3-minute break going pretty darn fast there. What we missed was a big-time smash again for Longton. The Aggies up 1-0. Jocelyn Cook on the serve. That one's going to go long. Make it 1-1 the score here with the Aggies, the Ramblers, rivalry volleyball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. I also love the Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, the Burt All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weaverich Financial, Woods Household Appliance, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Malley Construction. Play out to net from Longton, sent back over by Roosevelt, now sent back over by Pastotnik. Actually, it wasn't Roosevelt, that was Van Polen for McBain, pardon me. Set up here for Pastotnik on the far side. She goes for a little set over, trying to find the location. Now a back set here for McBain. I don't know if that makes sense, but sent back towards play. It worked out well, but now Pastotnik is set up on the far side. She'll hammer that one home right into the middle of the floor. 2-1 the score. Beal City in front here in set number 3. They lead it 2-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, looking to close it out in 3 sets. Longton serves this one over with the right hand. It's going to be dug out by Camphouse, but then nobody kind of gathers around here to get that one. 3-1, Beal City goes up. But again, Longton, so think about that Sade Batchelder, ball of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Another great serve right there. She has been on fire tonight at the serve, and she's always making big-time plays at the net for the Aggies. She just might be our Weefrich Financial, Sade Batchelder, baller of the game, and our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game for what she has done here this evening against her rival McBain. That one's going to be sent over, but it's on the fourth touch for McBain. The Aggies go up 4-1. And this is where things get really, really difficult if you're Coach Murphy for McBain. You're down 2-0. You know, we look at the time, it's 8 o'clock. If you're one of those girls, you might start to think, man, we're going to be here till 10 o'clock if we come back in this one. And it's going to be another ace for Longton. Just momentum just kind of gets sucked out of the side of McBain after they went down 2-0. It was 25-20 in set number 1 and set number 2 for the Aggies. That one's just going to be hit off the palm, or pardon me, more of the wrist than the palm, I think, there for Longton, as it just kind of goes a little whirvy-dervy there. Doesn't even hit into the net, goes below the net. On the serve now are the Ramblers. 5-2 our score here in set number 3. Play for Pastotnik. She looks to get the tip towards the near side, right down the net, but it won't go over the net. It would have been a really good play if it just would have gone over the net. There was nobody home on the near side, right in front of the net for McBain. 5-3 the score. Ramblers remain on the serve. Shoemaker looking to set up. Canowin right at the net, and she does. Point will go to the Aggies. McBain tried to keep it alive, but they could not do so. Lily Gross set the check back into the game. She will replace Beth Block. 25-20, 25-20 went set number 1 and set number 2. It's Paisley Shoemaker is back on the serve. Talked about how Longton's been great here tonight. Think about that Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game. What a job Shoemaker has done from her setter position. Weber, Pastotnik on the far side. She goes to the smash. Great dig from Beal City to keep it alive. Now it's sent over by Cook. Mills looking to set up Roosevelt. Nice block at the net from the Aggies. Make this a little bit easier to handle. Gross now smashes it over. Nice job of McBain handling things. Going to go into the net. Beal City somehow keeps it alive. Weber's got to send it over on the third touch with a set. Ground ball there from McBain. It's a good one, but dug out by Weber. Now play at the net for Gross. She tips it over. They're going to say Beal City went into the net. That's going to be a point for McBain. 6-4, our score here in set number 3. And this could end here in set number 3, and we could head into our Bird All-American Girl post-game show. Or this one could continue on into set number 4. Big-time serve. It's going to go out of bounds, kind of running away from that one was Lily Gross. I think she was afraid that one was going to hit her, and so she just kind of turned on the wheels to make sure that one hit out of bounds. On the serve right now is Pastotnik. Also out there is Weber, Shoemaker, Gross, Canowin, along with Maya Scully. Nice dig in the back row from Pastotnik. Now a hammer from Lily Gross. Nice dig in the back row from Hall from McBain. But it goes into the net on the second touch. Point will go to Beal City, 8-4 the score. Yeah, I talked about Longton, how great she's been at the net. But Lily Gross, Maya Scully, Ella Pastotnik, and Canowin have also been really, really good at the net as well tonight for Beal City, while they're up 2-0, leading 8-4 here in set number 3. Shoemaker looking to set up Canowin. She goes for the touch towards the back of the corner. Nice play from McBain to read that one. Shoemaker to the near side for Gross. It's blocked. This one's going to be a play at the net. Nice job by Van Polen. What happened there was it was blocked at the net. Beal City dug it out, but it went back onto the side of McBain, allowing Van Polen to hammer it home. 8-5 is the score. Comes a serve from Van Polen with the left hand. It's going to go out of bounds. Got the feeling if you talk to coaches, those are the type of things you cannot have happen when you go down 2-0. Similar to a high school basketball game, when you're down by 15-20 and you're trying to come back, you cannot miss free throws. It's like missing a free throw out there when you send that serve out of bounds, or almost like giving the other team a free throw because Beal City actually gets a point. A serve there from the Aggies. 10-5. Great play from Tessa Weber. And she's somebody else to talk about. That Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. But I just think that run that Longton had in set number 2, such a big deal. 10-5 the score. Nice play on the far side of the court. Seems like every time I see a big smash coming from McBain, it's Miss Adria Roosevelt. Big time play there. And we're going to have one of the biggest volleyball games in the state next week, the Saginaw Valley League Championship. Mount Pleasant, the winners of the Valley North, taking on the winners of the Valley South Davison. That's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you join us on the 22nd for that one next week. Big time smash at the net for McBain. The McBain girls starting to get a little swagger back in their step here, despite being down 2-0 and trailing 10-7 here in set number 3. Shoemaker with the pass, Gross with the attack. He's going to have to pass it over, but Longton's right there at the net to hammer it home. What a play from Lainey Longton. One just kind of hung up in the air like she was waiting for, I guess, a baseball player, I'll say. Softball, you don't really have the hanging curve, but that one just kind of hung up there for Longton to go up and smash it home. 11-7, Beal City with the lead. Little tip over, ready for it is Weber, though. Nice idea to tip it over on the second touch from McBain, but Tessa Weber was ready for it. And then Beal City would get the point as they send it back over. 12-7, Aggies in front. 5-point lead here in set number 3. They're already up 2-0. Much love to ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive. Those substitutions coming in and out for Coach Jablonski. Brought to you by our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive. They have got the replacement part for your vehicle. Great ace there coming from the Aggies. 13-7. It was Beth Block on the ace there for the Aggies. It's Beth Block, Aubrey Thielen, Tessa Weber, Shoemaker, Longton, and Scully out there right now for the Aggies. Timeout coming from Coach Murphy and McBain. 13-7 is our score. Pretty much the whole night it's been Beal City with the momentum. There have been a couple little spurts of McBain coming back, but just kind of been Beal City up by 3, 4, 5, 6 points kind of all the way through. There was one 20-20 tie in one of the first of the second sets, but Beal City quickly got ahead and obviously won that one 25-20. More love going out. Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Woods Household Appliance, Weefrich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, The Burt, All-American Grill in downtown Mount Pleasant, Bill's Custom Fab. Still got to talk about the Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. Also much love to Gates Drilling and Service and Barbary Laws. Coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. And tomorrow night, big-time football, Mount Pleasant and Midland, the undefeated Oilers. Taking on Midland, always a big game between those two. I've got a fun stat about that rivalry over the last 20 years I'll share with everybody tomorrow night, too. And also got a really cool exclusive interview. Kyle Wallace, Graham Phillips, and Coach McIntyre that we'll have up for everybody tomorrow and in that pregame. Block at the net from McBain is going to give the Ramblers a much-needed point there after the timeout. On the serve for the Ramblers is going to be Aubrey Camphouse. Bain needs some kind of big rally here to try and come back in this one. Tessa Weber is going to try and set up one of her teammates. Longton's just going to send this one over with the pass. Free ball opportunity here for McBain. Great read right there from Brooklyn Hall. Noticing nobody was home in the middle of the front row for Beal City, so she just sent that one over with kind of a little set. Perfect location, 13-9, Beal City in front. Shoemaker setting up Longton in the middle. She hammers it home. When Longton has been set up in the middle here tonight, she has been unstoppable for Beal City. It's 14-9, Aggies in front. Some Mount Pleasant Automotive replacement parts coming in for Beal City. Thielen, Scully coming out of the game. Cook coming into the game. Along with, I believe it was Pastotnik. 14-9 the score. Play is going to be long to the far side. Trying to go across court with Zayla Frieden. Point to the Aggies. They now lead by 6. They are up 2-0. They've got all the momentum, but there's still a little bounce in the step out there from McBain. I feel the Aggies put a couple more points in front here. You can really take away all that swagger, all that momentum. Play at the net's going to be blocked by Longton. Point to the Aggies. 16-9. They are in front here in set number 3, leading it 2-0. Cook on the serve. Have to be a back row attack there from the Ramblers, but it goes right into the net. And this is what I'm talking about right here. 17-9 now the score. Coach Murphy is going to have to use his final timeout as it's the last gasp opportunity. Again, if you're those Rambler girls, you start to just think about how late you're going to be here. I'm thinking about that too as well. Don't get it twisted if this does go to 5 sets, because we're in set number 3. The Aggies lead it 2-0, winning set 1 25-20, winning set 2 25-20, and now up 17-9 here in set number 3. I mentioned it next week. Volleyball action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network next Wednesday. Mount Pleasant hosting Davison for the Saginaw Valley League Championship. A shout out to my buddy Sean Powers, who said Ace Frehley of KISS passed away. One of my favorite all-time songs coming from Ace Frehley, a little New York groove. One of my jams him and I used to play back in our day, I will say, 104.3. On the serve now is Miss Jocelyn Cook at 17-9. Beal City in front, looking to close it out in a 3-set sweep versus their rival McBain to move to 24-5 on the year. Again, a lot of times conference championships go through this rivalry right here, but Roscommon, just absolute powerhouse in the Highland right now in Division III. They are ranked number 1 in Division III volleyball in the state from the MHSAA rankings. 17-10 as that point went to McBain. Shoemaker sets up Longton. It's blocked at the net, but as I said, it does not matter. The angle Longton gets up so high, even when you block it, it still trickles down below the net for McBain. 18-10 the score. And if they do win it in 3, our Bills Custom fabrication of the game, Longton's back on the serve. It's going to be that little serving run that she had back in set number 2. One time the Aggies trailed, it seemed like they needed some momentum. She ripped off 8 consecutive points on the serve. Nice job by McBain keeping this one alive, but they won't be able to send it back over. 19-10, the Aggies 5 points away from match point. Looking to sweep the Ramblers here tonight. Again, this game matters a little bit more than tonight. And as I mentioned, it won't matter for the conference championships, but you've got the Beal City invite. You've got the McBain invite coming up. Both of these teams will be at their counterparts' invite as Pastotnik blasts that one home on the far side. And then both of these teams are in districts together, along with Everett, Lake City, and it will be at Beal City. 20-10. Lady Aggies in front here. Great opportunity to close this one out in 3 sets. Longton remains on the serve. One's going to get sent over. Shoemaker, a little setter dump. Nice read to keep that one off the ground from Camphouse. Nice dig from Longton. She is doing it all tonight. Pastotnik now with the ground ball. It's going to go long as she went for the back corner, 20-11. But Longton, she's done it at the net. She's done it with the serve. She just did it with the dig there as well. 20-11 is the score. McBain not going to go away quietly against their rival. Nice play by Cook to send it over on the 3rd touch. Big play at the net. No one home in the middle on the big-time smash from Brooklyn Hall. 20-12 the score. Again, McBain says you still feel like they got that little bit of swagger in their step. Again, it is their dig pink night here. They're volleying for a cause, and so they're going to continue to play their hearts out as long as this one goes. There's an ace out there coming from Frieden. 20-13 the score. Tessa Weber, a little clap out there to give her teammates a little bit more confidence, saying, come on, they got a long way to go. I think they're going to say a player was essentially offsides there for Beal City. 20-14 the score. Coach Jablonski wanted to make sure everybody's in the correct place. Taylor Keyball out there with Jocelyn Cook and Tessa Weber on the back row in the front. It's Pastotnik, it's Shoemaker, along with Canwin. It's going to be another ace coming from Frieden. 20-15. And set one ended 25-20, Beal City. Set two ended 25-20, Beal City. Another great serve. Free ball opportunity here for McBain. Mills looking to set up her teammate in the middle. It's tipped over. Nice read from Pastotnik to handle that one. Play on the far side. It's read by McBain, but they're not going to be able to handle it. Mills did everything she could to keep it alive, but it'll be a point for the Aggies. 21-15 the score. Shoemaker on the serve. Lily Gross coming back into the game, replacing Taylor Keeball. So it's Shoemaker, Cook, Weber, Lily Gross, Ella Pastotnik, along with Ashlyn Canwin out there for the Aggies. Big hit at the net's going to be blocked. Point for the Aggies, 22-15. The Aggies looking for the three-set sweep against the Ramblers. Play on the near side for Roosevelt. She just tips that one over and nobody home. You know, when Adria Roosevelt's been smashing it like she has, you've got to be ready for that big-time hammer. This time she goes with the tip. One of my favorite plays in volleyball. Nobody home for Beal City. Point to the Ramblers, 22-16. Ramblers looking to just hang on by the hair of their chinny chin. Pastotnik goes for the smash, and she'll get the point. Went to the back row. Brooklyn Hall just kind of stuck her hands up to keep that one from smashing her. Big-time play from Pastotnik. She'll now be on the serve as well. 23-16 the score. Great serve. Little tip over there from Shoemaker. It's read by McBain. Weber with the dig. Shoemaker is going to send that one a little too much into the net for Lily Gross there. And Shoemaker, Ivy Mills, they have been unbelievable on each side of the net for their teammates. It's Paisley Shoemaker, the setter for Beal City. That's Ivy Mills, the setter for McBain. 23-17 the score. McBain desperately trying to come back down 2-0, trailing by 6 points here in set number 3. The Aggies just 2 points away from wrapping this one up. 1 point away from having the serve and match point. Scully with the smash on the far side. It goes into the backboard. That's a point for the Aggies, and it is now match point. 24-17, Beal City in front. Tessa Weber serving for the W. Get your Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming up after this one. I've already talked about some of the accolades. We'll talk a little bit more about that big-time matchup tomorrow with Midland and Mount Pleasant. There's the ace to end it. 25-17. The Aggies a winner, taking care of business. Bachman-Turner overdrive style, 3-0 over rival McBain. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, we'll have your Bird All-American Girl postgame show as we put a bow on this quick night from the Aggie girls. Back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blackhoe Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blackhoe Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting, thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan
Welcome
Sports
back to
Network.
that action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're going to have Bird All-American Grill post-game show. I talked about it a little bit. Our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the Game, our Zaid Batcheller Baller of the Game, brought to you by our friends at Weefridge Financial. Miss Lainey Longton, what a performance for her tonight. Always big at the net, but she had 8 consecutive points at the serve at a crucial time for Beal City. She also had a dig very, very late as well. The Aggies roll 3-0 over McBain, 25-20, 25-20, 25-17. They're now 24-5 on the year. And what's big about this victory, they've got a very strong chance of seeing the Aggies not once, not twice, but possibly 3 more times, as Beal City will be at the McBain invite. McBain will be at the Beal City invite, and they will be together in districts. Those are at Beal City. Tomorrow night, though, we will be on the air with 7-0 Mount Pleasant taking on 4-3 Midland, but this game is always close. You go back the last 20 years of Mount Pleasant Midland. Mount Pleasant holds the slightest 11-9 advantage in the rivalry, but you add up the point totals. It's like 516 to 490. The point differential is 1.3 points per game, so it should be a great one tomorrow night. Make sure you join us. Mount Pleasant Midland tomorrow night. Next week, oh boy, we've got the Saginaw Valley League Championship for volleyball with Mount Pleasant and Davison, and then we have got a small football school dream next Friday. Ithaca hosting Beal City in Week 9 as both teams gear up for the playoffs. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assisted the game, going to Miss Paisley Shoemaker for her great work at her setter position. You think about that Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game, you could go with one of a dozen big-time smashes from Lainey Longton, but I'm going to go with the run that she had at serve and how big of a deal that was to really just kind of keep the Aggies with the momentum there in set number 2 as they win it 25-20, 25-20, and 25-17 to best rival McBain on the sweep here tonight, 3-0. The Aggie girls are now 24-5 on the year, still trying to figure out where we're going to be for that volleyball playoff action. When we know, we'll let you know all about it as well. But with Beal City having that whole camera at home, might kind of pass on that one because they'll be able to get some great coverage. But Chris Bachman signing off here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The Aggies winning it 3-0 over rival McBain. We're back with you tomorrow night for football action as Mount